Before we get into the breakout rooms, I hope our two helpers are getting that all organised. I'll just have a few very, very quick sort of comments. You can discuss it in the group, so don't want to do it now. But just things that I, in particular, being the moderator, I'm selfishly, thinking myself here, the things that I've sort of picked up on that I found most interesting, I guess you could say, or things that sort of sparked me the most. One is just the overlap that we've had in a couple of the sessions in terms of the drivers of change in political marketing, I guess you could say. Things like negative partisanship that was discussed in the UK context. Things like how much more homogenous the parties have become. And you see this in the US with things like voting down ballot. You look at the presidential map versus the Senate map now, it's a lot more similar than even it was in 2008, for example. Another issue is, and this comes back to a question I'm sort of pondering myself, is are we moving away from a transactional relationship between the public and politicians to something that we saw before that idea? And I think Vincent sort of touches on this potential move away from transactional politics, but maybe a more individualized version of that non-transactional relationship with politics. And then with Ken, another question that I sort of get out of what you talk about, and we can talk about this in the groups, is something like, what happens when one party is almost intentionally not a majoritarian party, when it's more based on geography than anything else. And to sort of link, Vince, and what you were talking about, and something you mentioned, Ken, is this idea of individuality or identity shown through different ideas. Things like defund the police. Was defund the police a policy objective, or was it actually a way for people to communicate their identity?